No, it's okay. Come on by.
Thanks. I was like, is that going? Thank you.
Okay.
I started surfing when I was like 6 or 7. My dad used to push me in on waves with a longboard. And it was at Cockroach Bay over there in Waimanalo. And that's my first surfing experience when I was a small little boy, was getting pushed into these waves that were small that break along the beach there. And it was kind of a rocky point, but it was it was a memory right there because about 6 years later, or 5 to 6 years later, my dad gets in a car accident and passes away. So that's my first surfing experience that I had with my dad. Then after that, my dad said, if you want to surf, you got to be able to carry that surfboard to the water, or at least get it to the water. If I can get it to the water, he'd come in the water at me. And a couple of times the board was so heavy, it would take me at least 30 minutes to get the board to the water. And after I got to the water, then I'd call him, and he'd have to say, the dad kid got the board to the water, and he would get up and take off his shirt. And in the water, he'd come with me and help me go push me on waves again. So he was very instrumental in getting me started with the surfing. After that, we lived in Lanikai by the beach. The beach was accessible, and I went to Lanikai Elementary School. We'd always play at the beach afterwards. And I just loved it at the beach. And the beach was so close to my house that as long as I did my chores, I could get to the beach and go play. So I found myself playing on the beach quite often every day after school because it was just accessible to my house in Lanikai where I live. That's the start of my surfing. For boards, my dad had a couple boards in the house. Where he got them from, I don't know, but he had a couple of longboards. And that was the start of my surfing, was on longboards. And with these longboards, it was easier to catch waves and easier to, much easier to do surfing and catch waves with the longboard. So that's what we did, is we'd go with the surfboard and go catch anything, small little waves with the longboard at that time. You could catch anything. And I kind of liked the longboard early on because that's what I started on. A lot of float, easy to paddle, easy to catch waves. Thus the start to surfing. And it's carried through to today. I mean, I still go surf every day. In high school, when I was in Kailua High School, we were one of the first schools to ever have a surfboard making class. And that just kept the passion going. I mean, I always liked surfing. I always loved surfing. And one of the first boards I ever bought myself, my mom had bought me a couple boards throughout the time. Whatever little money she had, she'd buy like a used board. But I went and delivered newspapers. And in the wintertime, I worked for Tobias Christmas trees so I could sell some Christmas trees and make some extra money. I knew Christmas was coming and I always wanted a board. So my mom would kind of match me. She would take the money that I make from Tobias Christmas trees, and she'd put a little money with that. And then I bought one of my first boards, my HIC boards.